Nous sommes déjà dans la série des messages. À présent, nous invitons M. Sam Patrick, directeur exécutif de Build One Africa International Limited, de prendre la parole du haut de la tribune.
Your Holiness, Papa, fellow Kimbanguists, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Today marks a significant milestone in our journey towards a brighter future as we celebrate the groundbreaking partnership between Build One Africa Group, together with our partners, Future Trends International Group, and the Kimbanguist Church.
Merci bandeko na biso nyonso bakimbangiste. Lelo eza mokolo munene oyo toye awa na groupe na biso oyo atangi kombo pona kosala partenariat na église kimbangiste.
This alliance is not just a fusion of corporate and spiritual realms. It is a beacon of hope and progress for the Holy Land, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Africa.
Ezali esengo mingi ndenge biso toye tozana elike ete toye kokomela na mabele centre oyo ezali na Afrika pe elike na biso to ko progresser ensemble na bino na makambo tozana ngo.
In the heart of Africa, the DRC stands as a land of immense potential and natural beauty.
Awa na motema ya mokili mobimba na kati ya Afrika, RDC ezali mokili moko ya espoir o ezali ke tozoko espérer ko tosala makambo ya kitoko.
Yet for too long, it has been a canvas of untapped opportunity.
Banda kala oyo toya na Congo awa pona occasion oyo na makambo toye.
This is where our partnership comes into play, heralding a wind of change across the continent.
Makambo na biso toyeli ezali lokola fenêtre moko ya kitoko o toye ko fongo na Afrique pona partenariat donc boyokani entre l'église kimbangiste na biso.
The Holy Land, revered and cherished, has always been a source of spiritual strength and cultural richness.
Mabele oya esample ezali boule, ezali force makasi ya molimo oyo tozoko espérer ke ezali démarrage na biso pona misala na biso.
Through our collaborative efforts, we aim to develop this sacred land not merely in material terms, but as a symbol of unity and peace.
Na lisanga ya bokasi na biso nyonso oyo tokosala bino na biso tozoko ndima ete tokosala likamoko ya munene ya makasi na mabelo ya esantu oyo tozali elongo na bino.
Our vision is to create a space that not only respects and preserves its spiritual significance, but also promotes sustainable development and communal harmony.
Tokosangana lisanga moko pona développement ya molimo ya bonzoto kaka te pona ko changer mboka oyo ya RDC en particulier nkamba, mais na ya molimo lisusu pa mate to moni socle développement ezali awa na mboko.
Our commitment extends beyond the borders of the Holy Land. The Democratic Republic of Congo, with its vast natural resources and then vibrant communities.
Tokozala na besoin ya bato ebele pona misala. Mokilo ya Congo ezali monene ezali vide pona développement ya agriculture pe makambo mosusu oyo eko upesa kimia na biso bana mboka pe bakimangisi.
So this country is poised for transformation. This country, DRC, is poised for transformation.
Mboka oyo Congo ezali mboka moko ya makasi pona transformation. Doko bongola makambo ya sika po emona na ebima.
We envisage a future where these resources are harnessed responsibly, leading to economic growth, social upliftment, and environmental sustainability.
Na oyo tozana na mboko oyo, biloko tozana na mboko oyo ezali favorable ya kopesa développement pe ya kosala misala na biso pona progrès emonana na misala na biso.
But our aspirations even reach further. Africa, a continent of diversity and resilience. But our aspirations reach even further. Our dreams reach even further, goes far.
Ndoto na biso ezali drôle, donc ezali eloko moko neti emonana te do bazoko kama ngo ndoto vision na bango na mboka oyo ya Congo na misala na bango.
Africa, a continent of diversity and resilience, stands at the cusp of a new era.
Congo RDC ezali mboka moko oyo ezopesa espoir na ndenge yango ezali pona transformation ya nouveau terrain, donc nouveau monde.
An era where development is not defined by exploitation of natural resources, but by the empowerment of its people.
Mabele o ezali ete bakoko défendre binote na développement na richesse tozanango pona bomengo ya batu nyonso.
Our partnership is a testament to this new vision of Africa, an Africa where progress is measured in economic terms and the well-being and prosperity of its communities.
Occasion oyo tokutani na biso nyonso ba africain ezali occasion monene pona développement ya bato nyonso tu ya Afrique na misala pe na makambo nyonso oyo ezali pona mengo na biso.
The wind of change is not just a metaphor. It is a call to action. The wind of change is not figurative.
Fenêtre oyo, donc opportunité oyo, ezali ya ko neti ya eloko moko ya mopaya te ou bien to mona ngo ezoko kokana mais ezali réalité pona ndoto na biso, vision na biso ekokana.
It is a call to embrace innovation.
Ezoko benga ete innovation, donc changement emonana par rapport à avoir donc oyo tozala ngo na mboka oyo.
Foster inclusivity. Togetherness.
Na bosangani na biso inclusivité soki tosangani nde likambo wana ekosalema.
Build a future where every African has opportunity to thrive.
Oyo ezali occasion pona biso ba africain biso nyonso to meka ko sala poto kokisango.
BOA Group and the KIMBANGUISME Church are committed to catalyzing this change.
Bio groupe, donc groupe etali makambo etali agriculture oya bango eza ko sangana église kimbangiste pona développement oyo to bongisi.
In conclusion,
na conclusion na mokuse,
remember that this partnership is more than a business venture or religious initiative.
Toyebake boyokani oyo ya biso lingomba na bakongole ezali boyokani moko ya malamu pe ezali productif oyo kopesa kimia
It is a pledge to the people of the Holy Land.
ezali esengo na bato nyonso ya mabele e santu.
The DRC
RDC
and Africa.
na Afrique mobimba.
A commitment to work hand in hand towards a future
Kosangana na biso e ko permettre biso misala na biso oyo eza koya
where development,
na développement na biso
dignity,
kosangana donc bokasi assiduité
and harmony
na harmonie donc koyoka na moko ya kitoko boyoka ni ya solo
are ideals and reality. Are ideals and reality.
eko oyo ezali ke ya kobombama ekokoma réalité donc ekomona na siko na miso bato nyonso tu.
Thank you very much for your time.
Merci mingi bino nyonso tu.
Merci. Le troisième message de ce jour spécial nous sera livré par M. Guinée Francis Koumé, directeur général de QUILD One Africa International, le MED-TED, à qui nous demandons de passer devant pour son mot de circonstance. Sous vos applaudissements, s'il vous plaît.
Good afternoon, everybody here. And special regards and greetings to the spiritual chief of Nkamba.
Spécialement na Papa Mukomzi, Papa Simon Kimangani.
I take special pleasure and delight to thank our Lord Jesus Christ for bringing us all here this afternoon.
Nakumsi koloesu nandenga memi biso awa epa na bino.
In fact, today is my second time of being on this land, this holy land.
Lo izali mbala mibale nakoma na mabele ya santo.
And I want to say that I'm so much impressed with everything that I've seen here.
Naikana lobaki nazali très impressionné na mans nazomona awa.
The people are so wonderful.
Bato bazali kitoko.
The surrounding is so conducive, and everybody is so cheerful, and that is a good spirit for the Lord.
Bolagisi boyambi malamu batu nyonso bazana isengo wana biso pe to sentir na mitema na biso.
Yesterday when we arrived here,
lobi tanto komaki,
the reception was so wonderful.
Ne boyambaki biso ekene biso na mutema.
And you couldn't imagine the kind of euphoria that was around and the joy that we felt as a team.
It
was a clear indication that everybody is happy with everybody here, and the fact that there is a prophecy being fulfilled.
Donc elakisi pena bolingo o ezali na kati ya bato awa pe ezali ya solo prophecy o balobaki ekokisami.
In fact, just to confirm that is a prophecy being fulfilled, this morning it dropped in my spirit that we all have to look through the book of Deuteronomy from the first chapter to the last chapter.
Pona ko lobake ya solo penza prophecy ekokisami.
And it talks greatly about God restoring his people.
Deutéronome
about God restoring his people to their glory.
na gloire na bango.
Receiving us yesterday, Papa said something that is profound.
Tango papa yambaki biso lobi alobaki elo moko ezalaki makasi.
He said that the first generation has failed.
Alobaki génération liboso
The second generation
babebisaki.
has failed.
Génération mibale babebisaki.
The third generation did fail.
Génération misato babebisaki.
But this fourth generation must
Mais-
succeed.
Génération oyo ya mine il faut tolonga.
And that is also to say that it's a prophecy being fulfilled.
Wana nde ezolakisa ke prophétie oyo il faut ekokisama.
One thing I want to draw attention to is that in the book of Deuteronomy, all what it says is that on your way to a great future, do not ignore the past.
Na buku ya Deutéronome ezoloba ke tant bozokende liboso na futur botala nsima. Donc tant bozokende liboso botala mpe na nsima.
So what it means is that the history around nkamba is very important.
Donc ezolakisa ke histoire ya nkamba ezali très important.
And the story of the lives that has lived here is also very important.
Na ba histoire ya ba vie ya bato oyo bazalaki dans le passé ezali très important.
There are very great lessons that we all have to learn
Ezali pena ba leçon ya makasi oyo il faut to
and let them inform us as we
Apprendre.
make decisions into the future.
epesa biso mpe mayele mpo na futur.
Now, what it means is that we must be obedient to the word of God,
Donc elakisi ke il faut tozala obéissant na loba nzambe.
and we must never lack faith at any stage in the course of our development,
Donc il faut toujours tozala na bondimi
because God is with us.
mpo nzambe azali na biso.
Now, I want to leave us with a reminder that we have to, before we will succeed, we will have to listen. We will succeed and win in what we want to do. We have to listen to God.
alingi apesa kaka rappel ke mpo olonga il faut oyoka nzambe.
And we have to be courageous, show courage all along the way.
Il faut bozala mpe très courageux.
So with the theme that we have come here, it's like a call of God from all over the world.
Na ekipe oyo toye na bango awa ezali mpenza
I,
oyo nzambe abengisaki biso na molimo.
I stand here, I came all the way from Ghana.
Ngai nauti Ghana.
My colleague Patrick also came from Ghana.
Moninga Patrick auti mpe Ghana.
Dr. Jaja is from South Sudan.
Dr. Jaja ye auti Soudan du Sud.
We have Dr. Fazam, who is from the United States of America.
Toza mpe na Dr. Fazan ye auti
He
Amérique.
has members of his team from Germany
Aza
and some
mpe na
from
ekipe na ye
China,
oyo bauti Allemagne, bamosusu bauti
another
Chine,
from Nigeria.
bamosusu bauti Zimbabwe,
So you
na
can see
Nigeria.
God bringing people all together to nkamba.
Donc tosangisi bato ebele bauti bipai na bipai mpo baya na nkamba.
And like my colleague said, it's the belly of Africa and the world.
Donc ndenge moninga na alobaki awa nde ezali source ya Afrique na ya mokili.
So with a peaceful atmosphere around, with the determination of the people of Nkamba, the kind of outward love that you show,
Donc kimia oyo tomoni awa na bolingo oyo bolakisi biso
it sets a good foundation for God to regroup his people
elakisi ke fondation ya kitoko ezali awa mpo nzambe asangisa bato na ye
to bring Nkamba to where it belongs in the scheme of things in the Congo,
mpo ete elakisa monene ya nkamba na kati ya mboka ya Congo
and make Congo what it's supposed to be in the scheme of the world,
mpo ete elakisa monene ya Congo na mokili
and Africa to take its own place in the whole world.
mpo ete Afrique ezwa esika na ye na mokili.
So this afternoon, I will not want to bore you. I will only want to say that let us all be steadfast in the things that we are doing, particularly following our leaders in following God.
Donc nalingi kotungisa bino te me nazoloba kaka ke tolanda nzambe na biso.
For God has given us all that it takes for us to do what we need to do to be successful.
Mpo nzambe apesi biso oyo nyonso toza nango besoin mpo ete tokoka koréussir na vie.
We have to keep to the principles of living right in our communities
Il faut tout respecter les principes. Il y a mis beko pour être tous à la bien à mokili.
We also have to maintain our relationship with God.
Il faut pas qu'on maintenir relation na on Nzambe.
The great thing is that we have a very great spiritual leadership in this place.
Et là que vous allez bien, ils allaient qui tous allez pena na mouli mo centre na kat na biso.
By the grace of God, He has given us a spiritual leader
Par
who
la
is
grâce de Nzambe a pesi biso.
selfless, committed, humble. He has all the attributes that you need in a good spiritual leader.
A besi biso Nzambe na biso o azali kolakisa ndenge il faut tout tambola na mokili.
And we must all come on board and support His cause and the vision so that together we will all be successful.
Biso nyonso faut tosangana po tozala na nsima na ye po ete tokoresir na vie.
I want to thank you all very much for your
Natonde bino
attention.
butonde.
And God bless us all.
Nzambe apambola bino.
Merci. L'avant-dernière intervention sera celle de Monsieur, de Dr Tony Elkeir Jaja, ambassadeur de la paix pour l'Est et la Corne de l'Afrique, membre du Conseil exécutif du mouvement panafricain mondial et conseiller mondial du CCI à Djouba, à qui nous invitons devant ces micros pour son message.
Greetings, people of the New Jerusalem.
Bote na bilo
Kamba.
batu ya Kamba Nouvelle Jérusalem.
I am not going to talk much like what I did last time on the 12th of October.
Nakoloba mingi te ndenge nalobaki mbala elekaki na le 12 octobre.
Papa Simon Kimbangu said, I have thrown the bomb.
Papa Simon Kimbangu alobaki na ke na lasaki bombe.
When I was talking here.
Tant alwane koloba awa.
And that bomb now has cultivated, that is why we are here.
Bombe wana esali ke tozonga lelo na batu mususu.
The vision of 100 years back
Vision ya o esali 100 ans
of Papa Simon Kimbangu,
ya Papa Simon Kimbangu
when he said the white will be black and black will be white.
tant alobaki ke mutu mwindo akoma mundele mundele akoma mutu mwindo.
He's not talking about the skin.
Abaye kolobela poso te.
He was talking about the turnover,
Abane koloba changement.
about the rise of the Africa and the black community worldwide.
Abane kolobela élévation ya Afrique na batu mwindo.
The things that the eyes have not seen
Makambo o misu emonite.
and the hate has not imaginated.
O pe makanisi na biso ekoki kokoma te.
This is what is going to happen in this world.
Yango ekosalema sikoyo na mokili oyo.
We have been talking about the African solution
Tozolobela solution ya Afrique.
all these years
Baani nyonso eleki.
in many conferences,
Na ba conférence
in many
ebele,
summits,
na ba sommet ebele,
but we have not seen where to bring this solution.
me tomoni te esika nini tokoki komema solution wana.
For me to be here in Kamba on the October 12th,
Po ete nga naya na Kamba le 12 octobre,
God has to send somebody like Dr. Luanga to Ethiopia in one of the conference to meet me there.
Nzambe ifale atinda mutu neti Dr. Lohanga na conférence na Éthiopie po ete bakutana.
I know nothing about Kamba.
ayebaki makambo nkamba
I
te.
know nothing about Papa Simon Kimbangu.
Nayeba Makamba Papa Simon Kimbangu
I have
te.
not read about the history.
Natika epe kotanga histoire yango te.
Until when he invited me, I googled the name.
Ti tango Dr. Lohanga invitaki nga ndi nakotaki na kati
This we are
internet
now
kuna yeba
getting the
nani azali
history.
Papa Simon Kimbangu. Kuna
I
nayeba histoire.
used to see some photos, but I don't know who is this person.
Na bana omona ba photo me nayebaki te mutu azali nani.
The only person we know in Congo is Patrice Lumumba.
Donc celle mutu bango bayebi na Congo ezali Patrice Emery
Because of
Lumumba.
the Pan-African, we mention their names always.
Pona kata panafricanisme totanga bakombo na bango mingi.
But when Papa Simon Kimbangu came up,
Metango toyoki kumo ya Papa Simon
I knew
Kimbangu.
the real story started here.
Nayeba esiko ke histoire ya solo ebandaki awa.
In 18 years back,
18 ans passés,
there was a prophecy in Egypt. I was in Egypt.
nazaki na Egypte prophétie moko ebima
And we
ekuna.
had the gathering of all African churches in one place.
Tosangisaki ba église nyonso ya Afrique na kati ya esika
And
moko.
I invited African ambassadors from
Na-
Kenya, from Cote d'Ivoire, from Cameroon, and they came.
Nabengisaki ba ambassadeur oyo bauti na Kenya,
And we
bauti na Côte
invited some
d'Ivoire,
African ministers from America.
na ba ministère oyo bauti pe na Amérique.
When the Congolese choir was giving praises,
Tango choral moko ya ba Congolais
there was a presence of
yeba,
God in that place.
présence ya Nzambe ezalaki na kati ya esika
And one
wana.
of the prophecy came out
Prophétie moko ebimaki.
that Congo is the womb of Africa.
Congo ezali berceau ya Afrique.
And if the womb is not healed, Africa will not be healed.
Donc soki berceau eza na guérison te eza
I did
maladie
not know the
Afrique
connection.
kala pe kobika te.
Until I came here
Nayeba connexion te ti tang na
about the
yaki awa.
prophecy of Papa Simon Kimbangu,
Aba sur prophétie ya Papa Simon Kimbangu.
that it has to start from here
Que il faut ebanda awa.
and he has to deliver Africa
Pe il faut
and he
libérer
has to
Afrique.
deliver the world.
Et libérer pe mokili mobimba.
The reason why we have suffered a lot
La raison pour laquelle tu souffres mingi
is not because of the black skin.
eza pona loposo mwindo te.
We suffered a lot because we are intelligent.
To souffre mingi po tozali mayele.
God created us with
Nzambe asalaki
something within
biso
us,
na eloko moko na kati na biso.
and he has given us everything
Et
for
puis
life.
apesi biso nyonso na kati ya vie.
That is why they invade us.
Yango
That is why they
enslave
enslave us.
Yango komisa biso ba
That is
esclave.
why they destroy
Yango
us.
bazo détruire biso.
That is why they create diseases and bring them to
Yango
us.
bazo créer ba maladie bazo memela biso.
Why did God give them a special place?
Po ni nzambe apesa bango esika ya
Why
malamu.
did God give them all the resources?
Po ni nzambe apesa ki bango ba ressources.
The destruction in Africa is because of what you have.
Da destruction ya Afrique ezali pona makambo biloko
We
nyonso
are
toza
not
nango.
poor.
Tozali ba
Africa.
pauvreté. Afrique eza pauvreté.
Congolese, you are not poor. You are the
Congolais,
richest
ozali
people on
pauvreté.
the earth.
Vous allez le peuple le plus riche à mokili.
But it's the time for you to turn over
Mais siko tango ekoki bozwa esika na
so that
bino.
you can take over.
Po ete bokoka olonga.
Turn over to take over
Balusa makambo po ete
and
bokoka
present who
kozali
you
likolo.
are
Bo présenter o bino bozali.
through Papa Simon Kimbangu
À
and the
travers Papa Simon
prophecy.
Kimbangu na prophétie.
That is why we have Dr. Fazam.
Yango to ibemi Dr.
Kamala
Fazam,
Abadi today.
Kamala Abadi lelo.
Again, Dr. Fazam came because we had the connection with Ambassador Sister Rose. We met in Addis, all of us, with Dr. Luanga.
To Papa Fazam ayi lelo po tozalaki na connexion na Mama Ruth. Pe
After,
Papa Jospin o tokutani na ye na kati ya Ethiopie.
after I left Kamba here,
Tant na longwaki Kamba,
Papa Simon Kimbangu in the last meeting said, don't be late.
Papa Simon Kimbangu alobaki na ke nazala na retard
Because
te.
there is people who throw promises and they don't come back
Po
again.
bato mosusu bayaka balakaka me bazongaka te.
I said, I'm not going to promise you, but we will be back.
Nga nayebisaki eke nga na kopromete te me
That is why we
tokozonga.
have the big delegation today.
Yango toye na délégation monene lelo.
Because of Luanga, can Luanga stand up and Ruth let them stand up?
Po na Papa Loanga.
Dr. Luanga and Ruth, can you stand up?
Papa Loanga, Mama Rose botelema.
These are the two people
Bango mibale
who connect us to
o
Kamba.
ba connecte biso na Nkamba.
That is why we are here.
Yango wana toza awa
The
lelo.
second time.
Po na bala mibale.
That is why Dr. Fazam is here.
Yango wana Dr. Fazam
As
pe
guest
azali
of
awa
honor. As guests of honor.
en tant qu'invité d'honneur.
And God has a special purpose for this mission.
Nzambe azali na
A special purpose for this mission.
azali na mission spéciale pour na biso.
And I thank you, Papa Simon, for your invitation.
Na tondi botondi Papa Simon pour l'invitation na.
It was not easy to organize a trip in a short time.
Ezaki facilité pour organiser voyage na temps
But because it is God's trip, that is why we are here.
Mais pour ezalaki mabongisami ya Nzambe yango toye awa.
And God's mission has to be fulfilled.
Mission ya Nzambe il faut ekokisama.
It's a time for the black community, black people all over the world to rise.
Tango ekoki pour na population noire à travers le monde entier etombama.
We don't want to campaign like when you become president, you go and carry that child and say that I want to be a president. You want to show you love the children. No. That is not the way. We have to be honest. Whatever you promise, you have to fulfill. Papa Simon Kimbangu wrote a letter to the president and all the government of Congo. And he mentioned our mission when we came here on the trip. And that is why we say this mission has to be fulfilled and we don't want to let him down or disappoint him. And whatever God has brought us here, we ask the grace of God to be fulfilled. The arrow will fly from Congo to all over Africa to bring the change. Change that can turn over our lives, to take over our destiny. God bless you.
Merci. Le dernier message dans la série de discours de ce jour sera celui de M. Farmazam Kamalabadi, président du futur Trans Group. Nous vous invitons, Monsieur le Président du futur Trans Group, de passer devant les micros pour votre message à tous les fidèles et sympathisants Kimbangi se réunissent dans ce somptueux temple d'Nkamba, Nouvelle-Jérusalem.
Espíritu Santo, le signe de Dieu sur la terre, envoyé spécial de Jésus-Christ, notre Papa Simon Kimbangu Kiangani, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Notre Père qui est aux cieux, que ton nom soit sanctifié.
Thy kingdom come.
Que ton règne vienne.
Thy will be done.
Que ta volonté soit faite sur la terre comme au ciel.
On earth as it is in heaven. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Que ta volonté soit faite sur la terre comme au ciel.
I come here from far land. I come here from high levels.
But
God told me, God told me,
Nzambe abengi nga.
God commanded me,
Nzambe akomande nga.
you humble yourself before black men.
Mikitisa liboso ya bato mwindo.
You humble yourself.
Mikitisa.
You bow down.
Fukama liboso ya bato mwindo.
You bow down.
Fukama liboso ya bato mwindo.
And God said,
Nzambe alobi,
be the true white man who is the servant of Africa.
zala muto mundele ya solo o azali servant ya Afrique.
God told me, be the white man who is the servant of the black man.
Nzambe alobi nanga zala mutu mundele o azala servant ya mutu mwindo.
Not by name.
Na kombo te.
In heart.
Mais na motema.
In reality.
Na réalité.
This is a sacred land.
O ezali mboka ya bule.
This is Africa.
O ezali Afrique.
This is the mother of human civilization.
O ezali mère de la civilisation.
This is the new Jerusalem.
O ezali Yerusalemu ya sika.
And before I met
avant nakutana na
the sign of divinity,
sa divinité,
before I heard him,
avant nayoka ye,
I know of him.
nayebaki ye.
I know his spirit, Grandpa Papa Simon,
Naebi esprit naye grand-père Papa Simon,
and before him, Kimpa Vita,
pe liboso naye Kimpa Vita,
who sacrificed,
o asi sacrifiaki,
burned
batumbaki ye,
for the right of the black civilization,
po ete loposo mwindo etombama,
was from God,
autaki na Nzambe,
was the voice of God.
ezalaki mongongo ya Nzambe.
I know
Nayebi
from 1887
que depuis
to
1987,
1921, April 6,
que du 6 avril 1921
until Papa Simon was taken to the jail, beaten,
ti Papa
slashed,
Simon bakangaki bamemi ye na boloko babani kobete bafimbo
in acid,
babwaki ye na mai ya
in
mungwa
chains,
bakangi ye na
run
bashene
through the streets and the mud,
batambwisi ye na kati ya balabala
30 years imprisonment,
30 ans na kati ya boloko
and yet free.
me azali libre
Free here, free
azali
here,
libre na kati
free
ya
up there.
motema na mutu
And
aza pe
as
likolo
he went to the kingdom of God
ake
in
na
October
bokonzi ya
12,
likolo le 12
1951,
octobre 1951
and my beloved spirit brother was born,
mon cher frère bien-aimé abotami
10 years younger than me, older than me.
azali mokolo na ngai na différence ya 10 ans.
I was born October 6,
Nga nabotami le
1961.
6 octobre 1961.
I knew his prophecies are true.
Nayebi ke ba prophétie na ye ezali ya solo.
The prophecies are true.
Prophétie ezali ya solo.
The day that the black man will rise is
Mokolo
today.
moto mwindo akotombama ezali lelo.
The promised day of God is today.
Promesse ya Nzambe ezali lelo.
The true speaker of God is sitting here together with
Porte-parole
you.
ya solo ya Nzambe avandi apembe na yo na bino.
I am a humble servant.
Nazali humble serviteur.
I don't matter.
Nga naza natina te.
It's the destiny of 1.5 billion people of Africa that
Ezali
matters.
destin ya 1,5 milliard ya ba africain nde ezokonte na mokili.
I helped raise the nation of China. Yes, I
Nga
did.
na aide nation ya Chine etombwama.
When I went to China,
Tant
China
nazalaki
was
na
poorest.
Chine ezalaki très pauvre.
China did not have anything.
Bazalaki na eloko te.
Not paved roads. They didn't have
Bazalaki
highway.
ata na banzela ya pavement te.
They did not have shower, electricity, air
bazalaki
conditioning.
na ba douche te, bazalaki na courant te,
Their
bazalaki na-
villages, they were poorer than any African country
Mboka
today.
na bango ezalaki les plus pauvres koleka kutu Afrique.
Many of them were starving.
Bango babandaki kokufa nzala.
The whole GDP of China was $200 billion.
Bazalaki na économie ya muke. Économie
Yes.
bimba mboka ezalaki kaka 2 millions de dollars.
Yes, I helped raise China.
Nga na aide bango batombama.
Today, $19 trillion.
Siko économie eza ya 19 trillions de dollars.
But when I was young, when I was 20,
Tant nazalaki jeune à l'âge de 20 ans,
God told me,
Nzambe ayebisi nga,
and I wrote in my diary,
nakomaki yango mpe na buku na nga.
1981,
1981,
42 years ago,
42 ans passés.
you go to China, you
Okay.
raise China.
Ok na Chine omona ndenge développé.
Then you go to Africa and you raise Africa.
Après Nzambe alobanga siko, après Chine kende na Afrique tombola Afrique.
Together with the people of Africa.
Azali bomoko na bato Afrique.
I knew nothing about Africa.
Nga nayebaki eloko te na Afrique.
In China, I learned the language.
Na Chine nayekolaki mongo na
I learned
mongo na bango.
Mandarin, Cantonese,
Nayekolaki mongo na
Shanghainese,
bango nyonso baloba na Chine.
writing,
Kokoma pe
hieroglyphic
nayebi
writing,
nyonso nayekola.
hieroglyphic ancient writing,
Na ba écriture ancienne
the
na
book
bango
of
nayekoli.
philosophy, the writing,
Babuku
everything.
na bango nyonso babuku nayekoli nyonso.
I traveled to 500 cities of China.
Natambuli na 500 villes ya Chine.
I went to 1,000 villages of China.
Naki na ba 1000 villages ya Chine.
But in Africa, I have been only in 15 countries.
Mais awa na Afrique nakendaki ka na 15 pays na kati Afrique.
But God told me,
Mais Nzambe ayebisi nga,
Africa will rise
Nzambe Afrique
bigger
ekoto
than
baba
China.
koleka Chine.
and in shorter time than China.
Pe na temps moke koleka Chine.
China, it took 30 years.
Ezwaki-
Africa will take 10 years only.
Ezwaki 30 ans pour Chine etombama, ekozwa 10 ans pour Afrique etombama.
God told me,
Nzambe
tell
alobaki na
Africa,
nga, changer Afrique.
you are not here,
Ozali awa te,
you are there.
ozali na likolo.
That's the new realm of possibility.
Ezali esika ba possibilité
God
ekozala.
said, I keep the arrow,
Nzambe alobi nazwi flèche
keep,
na
and then
bende
I
en nsima
release.
ntango
It will
nakobwaka
go
yango
fast.
ekokende mbangu.
So you will run fast.
Donc bino mpe bokima mbangu.
God said, Africa will have
Nzambe alobi Afrique ekozala
$60 trillion economy
une économie de 60 trillions de dollars
only in 10 years.
en 10 ans.
That is today $3 trillion.
Donc
10
ça veut dire
years,
que les lots, il y a
60
3
trillion
trillions,
dollars.
dans 10 ans, 60 trillions de dollars,
That means 20x, 20 times.
dans 20 fois plus.
But God said Africa will create wealth,
Nzambe alobi ke Afrique nde ekocréer
will
bomengo.
generate wealth.
Afrique nde ekogénérer bomengo.
Africa will not wait from the wealth to come to them.
Nzambe, pardon. Afrique ekozela te ke bato ya libanda bayepa na bango.
Africa is not receiver.
Afrique ezali mutu ayambaka te.
Africa is not beggar.
Afrique azali mendiant te.
Africa is the giver.
Afrique nde aza mutu oyo akopesa.
Africa is the source.
Afrique nde ezali source.
Africa has been giver for 500 years.
Afrique
Was giver, giving out, giving money, giving
Afrique, pendant
resources.
plus de 500 Afrique nde mte pesaka ba ressources libanda.
Donner, sortir à tout le monde.
Na
Afrique
mokili
est
mobimba.
source. Yeah. L'origine est Afrique.
L'origine ezali Afrique.
Yeah. Africa will create many engines of money
Afrique okréer ba
and will give
machine
it
ebele ya
out.
mbongo po ete to bana kopesa nde libanda.
God told me
Nzambe ayebisi nga,
Congo
Congo
can have $5 trillion.
Congo ekoki kozala 5 trillions de dollars.
Today is only 50 billion.
Lelo eza kaka na 50 milliards.
Very low.
Eza vraiment na se.
The whole Congo,
Congo
only
mobimba
50,
kaka
only
50
$50 billion.
milliards. Eza vraiment na se.
That's the pocket money of one company of China.
Eza wana eza argent de poche ya compagnie moko na Chine.
No. will create a lot of money
tokocréer mbongo ebele
from Africa, by Africa, in Africa, for outbound.
babongo nyonso tokocréer na kati ya Afrique e obana okende siko libanda oleke biso tozwa ya libanda ekota awa.
You do not wait
biso tozela susu
for the government.
tozela susu gouvernement.
You help the government.
biso nde tobana aider gouvernement.
Africa will give outbound sovereign debt. Africa will issue debt, outbound debt to Europe. Game over.
Afrique nde ekobana ko defisa mbongo na Europe. Teke Europe defisa biso.
You already are giving every day, giving.
chaque jour.
Now we do it officially.
Siko tobana sala officiellement.
The government of Congo,
Gouvernement ya Congo,
in the newspaper announced in the world.
na kata journal bako na songo na monde.
Congo government gives foreign debt to Romania, Bulgaria.
Congo gouvernement Congo e bana pesa nyongo na ba Romanie na ba mboka nyonso libanda na ba Kenya.
Outbound.
Donc biso nde tobana defisa bango.
Because Africa has risen.
Po siko Afrique etombami.
Because Africa has a movement.
Po Afrique izana mouvement.
It is called Collective Peaceful Rise of Africa.
E bengami collective.
Collective Peaceful Rise.
Collective.
Assurance, le paix, collective, going up.
Donc collectivement to retombe l'Afrique pour être to bana to defisa libanda.
It's called elevation of the nation.
Donc c'est l'élévation de la nation.
It's called the surprise rise of Africa.
Donc c'est ça une
surprise rise. The rise coming up, ascendant.
Ça sera une élévation surprise de l'Afrique.
Okay. The rise will be surprise.
Donc l'élévation est aux à la surprise.
Nobody expected it. It will happen in the fourth generation.
Et que ça les mana quatrième génération.
In one generation.
En une seule génération.
Only one generation.
Car génération
not for future generations.
Pas pour les générations futures.
When Africa rise,
tant Afrique otombama,
the Africans in America will rise.
Ba africain au bazali na Amérique bango pi ba otombama.
Their image, they will be proud.
Na image dans bango ba ko fier.
We are not against anyone.
Biso tozali contre mutu morote.
We don't need it with hatred.
Tosalango na koinate.
The white is not our enemy.
Mindele baza ba ennemi na bisote.
We have to change them.
Il faut to changer bango.
We have to change ourselves so we can change them.
Il faut biso moroto mi changer pour to changer bango.
We don't need to be indignant and angry. We don't need to be angry.
Tozana besoin ko zana kandate, tozana besoin ko ina bango te.
We only need to do good work.
Il faut to sala misala malamu.
We need to do better for agriculture.
Il faut to bongisa agriculture na
better for mining.
Il faut to bongisa ba mine na biso.
Better for energy.
Il to bongisa ba énergie na biso.
Combine it into industry.
To sangisango to komisango industry.
Combine it into finance.
To komisango finance.
Make it digital finance.
Et comme digital, finance digital.
Put all the wealth in the ground.
To tia bomengonyo nakata
before you take out. Before you take out, put it on blockchain. Put it on digital. Raise money, raise cash, monetize it. Before you go to industry. This is fast track. Early monetization. Early monetization.
Monétisation d'avance.
Early, fast.
Une monétisation très rapide.
Très vite, monétisation des ressources. De dormi. S'active dormi. Africa will do it. In a short time. I come now from Mali. Sorry, I come from, where were we? Malawi. We were before in Mali also. I come from Malawi. Everybody joined. 3 former presidents.
Trois présidents
former before.
Avant.
The current president.
Président ya lelo.
Madam SPC, like Prime Minister.
Première ministre ya Malawi.
The chairwoman of the parliament, speaker.
Directeur ya parlement.
Vice President.
Vice-président.
Everyone. Minister of Finance, Governor of Central Bank, Minister of Digitalization, all of them. Even Minister of Mining, Minister of Agriculture, all the ministers, all the professors of university, all the young people, all the media. They put many articles about the rise of Malawi. Now it's time for Congo. I came to Congo in 1.5 years ago. But that wasn't the time. Now it is the time. Because the promised time is come now. La journée de
la journée de la promesse est aujourd'hui.
Okay, is here. Already is here. I don't know French. I don't know African language. But God told me, you come and be a model. The white man who has no self. No self. No self. Pure motive. This world will change only by the Spirit of God, by pure motive.
Par motivation pure.
Little pure motive.
Donc une toute petite pure motivation.
Little pure motive is bigger than atomic bomb.
Une petite motivation est plus grande qu'une bombe atomique.
I don't have anything. I have pure motive. My gift to Congo. And I have whole followers around the world. The government of Dubai will come with us. The companies and government of America federal, they will come with us. I have prepared the whole world to come and help Africa. Okay, and finalement, I cannot change Africa. I cannot change Africa. Africa must change Africa. I am only a golden key. Starting. But the change will come from the government changing what we call legislation. Legislation, policy, system, modeling, all the layers. And the whole nation will rise, will believe a different world. In China, when I went there, they wrote a book, The Ugly Chinese. Chinese that are ugly. The whole China is ugly. Has nothing good. I changed that. I said, you are first world class citizen. You are first world class citizen. Not mid class. First class. I said Africa first. Africa first. I went 1 year ago in London, Queen Elizabeth Hall, Queen Elizabeth, with the Chancellor of the British government, in front of large people, and I said, the number one engine,
moteur numéro 1,
the number one engine of economy and finance of the world is Africa.
Donc moteur numéro 1, il y a économie, na finance, ils Afrique.
Number 2 is India.
Deuxième, ils Inde.
The two will rise. No America, no China.
Pas Amérique, pas Chine.
We love them. I love America. I love China. But it's time for Africa. So America also listened to me. I said before, there is the rise of the West. Now it's the rise of the rest.
Liboso na lobaki ezalaki élévation ya l'est, siko ezali élévation ya ouest.
You come into Africa.
Yo binonde boya na Afrique.
So Africa agenda was the lowest in
Agenda
America.
africain ezalaki oya se na kati ya Amérique.
In 6 months became #1 agenda.
En 6 mois tant na lobelaki bango bakomisi yango na numéro 1 priorité na bango.
They created the summit,
Basali sommet.
US and Africa Leaders Summit.
Sommet ya Afrique na Amérique.
It was not their plan.
Mais ezalaki planté.
Became #1.
Et comme siko numéro 1.
50 African nations went there.
50 nations africaines bakenda ikuna.
America sent Janet Yellen, Minister of Finance.
Atindi ministre of Finance Janet Yellen.
Yeah, and she said in Dakar, she said in Africa, in
Alobaki na
Senegal,
kati ya Afrique na Sénégal.
January 19th,
Le 19 janvier,
less than 1 year ago.
moins d'une année passée.
Now, she said the economy and finance of Africa will set. I will finish the sentence. The economy and finance of Africa will set and determine the economy and finance of the world.
Économie na finance ya Afrique yango mteo déterminer économie ya mokili mobimba.
Not America first.
Pas américain.
Not China first.
Ba américain te.
Africa first.
Ba chinois te, mais ba africain.
Now the whole world wants to come to Africa.
Siko mokili mobimba baza mposa baya na kati Afrique.
We did it there. We did it there.
Tosalaki nkuna.
His divine Papa Simon
Sa
did
divinité
it
Papa
here.
Simon asalengo awa.
These two meet each other.
Siko basangani.
I serve you.
Na servir yo.
I serve all the Kimbangan people.
Na ko servir ba kimangiste nyonso.
Not only we should bring the world into the New Jerusalem, we have to take the New Jerusalem to the world.
Ezaka ateke toro bengisa mokili nyonso na kata Jérusalem, mais il faut to mema Jérusalem na kata mokili.
If when in New York, in Hong Kong, New York, Hong Kong, Saudi, Dubai, anywhere, when they see the people and the singing and the thinking, they will know Africa is rising. Your spirit.
Na New York, na Hong Kong, na Japon, tant baromona bino nande boyembaka nande bobeta musique et opesa bon posa baya.
We will have time.
Torozwa temps.
You have been very kind.
Vous avez très accueillant.
You gave me extra time.
Bopesinga tango ebele.
Because I speak your destiny.
Po nazolo bila destin na bino.
It's not my agenda.
Ezali agenda nanga te.
I am a simple man.
Nazali ka mutu pamba.
I own nothing.
Naza na eloko te.
I am nothing.
Naza eloko te.
Africa.
Afrique.
Africa must change.
Afrique nde il faut changer.
You must decide.
Bino nde il faut décider.
Inside.
Na kati na bino.
You must take it everywhere in Africa.
Bon mema partout en Afrique.
1.2 billion poor people of Africa in 10 years must become rich.
1,2 milliard ya batu pauvres na kati Afrique. Il faut dans 10 ans ba comme ba riche.
I know it will be done.
Na yebi ke ekosalema.
I don't say it can be done. I say it will be done. Because I found Papa Simon.
Na trouvé Papa Simon.
And his whole system.
Na système na yemo bimba. Na mi kitisi.
My heart is
Mutema nanga ezali na bino.
You will rise.
Bino nde borutombama.
I don't matter.
Nga naza mutu pamba.
Vos applaudissements, s'il vous plaît.